you a medical coder? Do you have questions when it comes to billing for spirometry? If so, you are in the right place. Today's video is brought to you by iCode Academy, developing advanced iCoders with a trained eye. Let's start out today's conversation with what is spirometry? Spirometry is a simple test used to help diagnose as well as monitor certain lung conditions. This is done by monitoring how much air a patient can breathe out in one forced breath. It is carried out using a device called a spirometer, which is a small machine attached to a cable as well as a mouthpiece. Spirometry may be performed by a nurse or a doctor, as well as carried out during a short clinical visit or during a hospital stay. One thing that you want to be aware of is that nurses and physicians will commonly use the term spirometry as a general term indicating a test was used and completed to measure the patient's respiratory effort. But there is actually two types of spirometry when it comes to medical billing and coding. The first graphical representation on the left-hand side of your screen shows a respiratory exhale from a patient, which is our spirometry. You can then see on the right-hand side of your screen the inhale and exhale, which is reflected on the graph in a circle or loop fashion. This is referred to as a flow volume loop. All right, medical coders, time to grab your CPT coding manuals. Please refer to 94010 as well as 94060. These two CPT codes are going to indicate spirometry, which again is the exhale from the patient. Now let's take a closer look at those CPT coding descriptions. You can see that 94010 is the spirometry, the graphical representation in the medical record, the total and timed vital capacity, as well as the expiratory flow measurements. And again, this is the exhale, the expiratory flow. And the difference between 94010 and 94060 is 60 is going to include all of the elements as the first CPT code, as well as a pre and post bronchodilator administration. So this may be some type of albuterol solution which has been delivered to the patient via nebulizer, just as an example. Our third and final code option available in CPT for spirometry is 94375. CPT code 94375 is for the flow volume loop. And this is where we are going to measure not only the exhale from the patient, but the inhale as well. And this is going to form a circular representation on the graph that is recorded in the medical record. Now you may be asking yourself, what do I do if there is a conflict within the medical record? The documentation from the nurse or the physician indicates spirometry was completed, but when I take a look at the stored image, I can see that the inhale as well as the exhale was measured. And this is done with that circular graphical representation. As a medical coder, you'll be wanting to make sure that you are coding and billing for the completed service. So if the completed graphical representation reflects a flow volume loop, this is going to be what you want to code for. On behalf of all of us here at iCode Academy, I want to thank you for tuning into today's video. Thanks so much.